Welcome to another episode of the mini series filmed in Greece. And today we're going to talk about mindset and how it correlates to business success. And my guests, Alfonso and Eileen Quadra. Thank you so much for being on the podcast with us today.
Thank you for being here.
I mean, we can't complain about the view, that's for sure.
No.
You can't get tired of this view.
So, talking about the view, somebody, maybe some of the viewers will be like, "Oh, you guys are so lucky. I wish I could be there too." Well, you can, right? It all comes down to mindset. When in life, you have to decide and you have to uh, project the life that you want to live. But we're here to talk about business, how it correlates with business. So I'm going to ask you maybe your opinion on why is mindset so important when you're in business? Maybe Alfonso, you want to start?
Mindset is everything. People can get all the knowledge. They can watch all the videos. You can read all the books, go to all the seminars. But if you still are thinking the same way that you used to think, or you think the same way all the time, you're going to get the same results that you've always gotten. You have to expand your mindset. You have to um, allow yourself to believe that the next step is possible. And the only way that happens is by expanding your mindset. Without that, you're going to be limited. And a lot of people, they talk about the personal development industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So if it's a multi-million-dollar industry and everyone's buying all of these books, watching all of these videos, why aren't more people changing mindset?
And it's also mindset is exactly all of that. And it's also just something that is really much more simple than what the industry, I guess, kind of makes it. Because really changing your mindset or expanding your mindset is as simple as deciding to do that, but it's really hard to do. It's like going to the gym. It's really easy to go to the gym, yet many people don't, right? So it's really one of those things. Something will come along to trigger you, that will influence you to change your mindset, and that's why the industry is so prominent in mindset and all these different things. Like I said, $1 billion industry in mindset training, but it's really simple and it's really important.
You said something about, it could be easy. For example, going to the gym.
Mhm.
A lot of people, they want to go to the gym, they don't. Why not? Why is it so difficult to put the idea or the want and put it into practice with a mindset piece? Why is it so difficult for people?
Because it's easy to stay the same. It's easy to keep things exactly the way they are. If you're doing something in your life and it's not going well, if it's not going bad enough, you won't change it. If it's just okay and things, I wish things were better. I wish I was thinner. I wish I was healthier. I wish my business was better, but it's okay. You'll stay there. And it's only when you decide that I want something, I need something to be better, that's when you're going to jump out and achieve it. It's like for the gym, for example, if a doctor tells you if you don't lose 50 pounds, you could be dead next year, you'd probably go to the gym every day. And it's like that with mindset. If
Some
there's
people
not a
may not
reason,
still.
some people still might not, but if you're told, if you don't change your mindset, your business is going to suffer, your relations are going to suffer. It's harder to see the consequences of it not happening. So I think that's why people kind of stay the same, because there's no need to change if things are okay.
Now, we said we would correlate mindset and business. So I want to take it to the business side of things. Um, what are the things that maybe you guys do because you run multiple businesses? So to be successful when you're running a lot of things at the same time, what is the mindset requirements for you guys' businesses?
The 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 biggest point is you need people. The gap between where you are and where you want to be, whether in business life, building a real estate business, maybe it's you know a restaurant. It doesn't really matter what it is. It's going to be people. And so the biggest hurdle that someone has to overcome is the fact that they have to trust in other people. And usually, uh, that's a big learning curve for a lot of people, and they get stuck in trying to do all of the things themselves, trying to wear six different hats, and that will never give you freedom, right? So that's the very first part. When someone becomes an entrepreneur, they they're doing everything, and they're like, geez,
I'm
I'm working.
exhausted.
I'm working more than I was when I was working, right, at a job, because at least at a job you can check out at 5 p.m. With a business, you keep going. You keep thinking about that business. You keep working on it way past 5 p.m. So the key is to engage people in activities, right? And the biggest part of that is leadership. So the mindset that needs to expand when someone is starting a business, if they want to take a business from not just running multiple businesses, but go from zero to a multi-million dollar business, it's going to be the engaging of people in activities. So that means that your leadership mindset needs to expand. What you believe is possible as an individual needs to expand. How you treat your people, how you evolve as a leader, getting people involved in activities, making them happy, motivating your people, all of that. That's the biggest learning curve that anyone's going to have when they're starting a business. It's like, how do I trust somebody else to run a business like I would? And it's very simple. Like, the business is like your baby, your kid. No one is going to be able to take care of your kids better than you would. You can do two things: stay in the house and watch over your kids for the rest of your life, or, you know what, entrust someone occasionally to watch over your kids, knowing that they won't be able to really take care of your kids. But you can now vet the right person to take care of your kid. You can train them on what to do. You can train your kids to be good with this other person. And so that's kind of the biggest obstacle that people have, and the biggest mindset growth is in leadership.
That was definitely my biggest switch in my mindset, was that you can't do everything yourself. I had a wonderful career that I did for 18 years. And when I decided to join Alfonso, I'm not an entrepreneur. I didn't think this way. And it was really hard for me. I struggled a lot with understanding that people that are working with us, the people that are working in our companies, are capable. And we have amazing people, but they've all had a mindset, or they all have the mindset as well, that we're working together and this is what we're going to do. But it was a hard shift for me to switch over, to understand that if I want this business, if I want to be involved in this, I want to be successful at it, I need to change my mindset to include that and be open to that.
So that's a very, very good insight for everybody. Do not trust blindly people, but go and vet the
Mm-hmm.
proper whatever you need, whatever quality you need in that person. But then have trust in them, because you'll never be able to grow if you try to do everything yourself.
Right. And don't expect everyone to have the same understanding of a particular job or a task, because some people will approach it from a different way. And being open enough to understand that, oh, why are they doing it like that? Maybe that is a better way, is often a good way to run things as well. And let people use their skills. So if somebody's doing a particular task and you suddenly realize, they're not doing a great job at this, but I ask them, what do you think you would do better at? What would you be better in the office doing this, or would you be better being in the field doing this? And sometimes they just want to be around, they don't know what they're good at.
Yeah.
And being able to be a leader and recognize that this person is really good at this is often what's really beneficial in your business, because they understand, they're willing to change and shift roles, and that will help a lot.
I'm of the belief that uh, if your kids are misbehaving or they're doing something wrong, it's a reflection of the parents and the upbringing, right? And that's the same thing with with the with your staff, the people that work with you. You know, if your people are not doing the things that you want, or they're not doing a good job, that's a reflection of the leadership. And so most people, the way they look at companies is like a triangle, right? So the leaders are on the very top, and then all of these people are working, supporting the leadership. So the way we look at it is taking that triangle and turning it upside down, where the leadership is at the very bottom, and we're supporting our people.
Yeah.
And that's the job of a leader, is to be able to support, encourage. Some people, go 60 miles an hour, and you can push them to do 75, right? And that, as a leader, we need to be able to recognize that, right? It's like your kids. You can only push your kids too much, based on their capacity and what they're capable of doing. You can't turn someone that goes 60 miles an hour to go 100 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
But you can find someone that does 80 miles an hour and goes at 80 miles an hour and bring them to 100 miles an hour. But ultimately, you everything falls on the leadership. And so the way a corporate, organization chart should work is like an upside down triangle, where the leadership is supporting all of the people.
Yeah.
And that's how you grow healthy, functional, profitable organizations.
You said before about people, why they want the mindset, but they don't accomplish more. And I know in your events, you always try to teach people to take a goal and to double it, and
Mhm,
then to double it again.
mhm.
Uh, if How can someone do that without a tool? Like, how do they start doing that? And where I'm getting at is, we just finished a retreat.
Mhm.
What kind of tools people should use to be able to expand their mindset if they want to, because maybe they're stuck somewhere and they want to go but they don't know how. So what kind of tools could they use to change their mindset?
Well, you have to explore different circles. So if you're living a life and you're doing things at a certain place, that's what you know. You know exactly where the stores are, you know exactly where the schools are, you know exactly your neighborhood, everything is there. But if someone says, oh, could you go to the next town and buy something, well, you might not know where that is, right, until you go to that town, and then now you know, and so now you have more options. So if you always limit yourself to just staying within your little bubble, your little circle, you'll never expand. So the first thing would be just to explore new things, like read a different kind of book, watch a different kind of show, go to a golf course if you've never golfed and learn how to golf, or take up a hobby or a skill that's different, because even just something very simple will expand your mindset into a different area, and suddenly now you have a bigger circle, and then this brings you to a closer to another opportunity or another experience that you maybe never knew. If you don't know something, you can't expand, so you need to allow and reach for something that's a little bit outside of your normal in order to expand.
People's lives are a direct reflection of the expectations of their peer groups. You can do all the work, you can read all the books, but if you're still surrounded around the same people all the time, it's going to be very difficult for anyone to grow, because we're anchored. We are anchored to everything in life. Part of the exercise that we do with our students, we ask them to write down their goals, and then we ask them to double it and double it again. It's to break the anchoring, readjust the anchoring. Most people are anchored. That's my understanding. That's the belief that I have, that we're anchored to everything. It's like a thermostat, right? So everyone has a financial thermostat, uh, whatever they're comfortable to, and usually their income will fall within, a percentage of that. And very much like, if you're in a room, it's set at 23 degrees, you open up the door and the cold comes in. At the beginning it's going to get colder in the room, but eventually the heat will kick in and will bring that room back to 23. We all have anchoring, and we all are set to a certain anchoring. For example, Elon Musk, his anchoring set is into billions, right? So he can lose everything tomorrow, and within a short amount of time, he's back to become being a billionaire, because that's all he knows, he understands, that's all he talks about. I mean, to talk about millions, with millions with Elon, it's probably a low level conversation. And so we have to watch the people we surround ourselves with. We have to see like make note of the words and the language that we use consistently, the types of uh, opportunities that we look at. Are you looking at opportunities that you always look at, or are you reaching? Are you stretching? Are you expanding? And resetting your anchoring to higher, bigger deals. So, and the point is not to get to these big, massive goals, is to now look at the current things that you're looking at, your current life, and now it's things become easier, and there's more of a clear path to get there. And maybe the deals that you're going to do are going to be a lot larger. Maybe they're not going to be at the extent of doubling it, but the point of doubling it is so you get there faster, right? So you can cut all the BS that you would have done, because the action steps are the things that are going to change, and that's going to get you to the goal even faster.
You can't do the same steps and achieve different goals.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
If you don't want to either, if you're like, well, I that doesn't work for me, or I don't want to, well, then you're not in the right mindset. You need to first adjust that. Like, you have to have a want and a desire to
Yeah.
do something. And if you're just stuck in the same place because you're stuck with the same people doing the same things, you probably won't change. But that's
you
what
be
you're
you
missing.
will always be limited to your environment, right? And that's just the truth. Like, why in developing nations, why don't, if this works, that's the question. If this mindset, personal development, if all that works, why can't we just give it, package it up, and just give it to people in a developing nation? Well, it's very simple. Their environment doesn't allow for the mindset to change, right? So it will be a very minute amount of people that are actually going to be able to change their environment and be conscious and be intentional about that. So this is why in the Western world, where everything is more affluent, the basic needs have already been taken care of: hunger, uh, you know, shelter, clothing. All these basic needs have already been taken care of. So it's easier for you to create the environment that you want in order to be successful. That's why people in the Western world can excel much faster than someone in a developing nation.
Right.
Not that it's impossible, but it's all about the environment. So if everyone around you is in poverty, if everybody around you is hungry, if everybody's holding a door like this closed and they're pushing, and behind that door there's poverty, there's war, there's injustice, there's all of the things that people have to go through in developing nations. Your focus is on keeping that door closed. You can't think about prosperity, growing, building, creating. And so in the Western world, we don't have to hold on to that door. So that means that we are able to create anything that we want. We are able to create the exact life that we want.
Um, Now, lastly, I want to ask you guys. You are at the head of the Well Genius company. What kind of tools do you guys offer to people who want to expand their mindset and maybe reach a different level? Like, where do you start? What do you guys offer in with Well Genius, and what kind of development can they expect?
We offer the environment. That's what
That
it is.
like-minded people, that circle of friends and community that supports, so that you have an ability to grow within that.
A long time ago, we sat down and we said, what are the pieces, and what is the environment? What does the environment need to look like in order for someone to come in and be ultra successful, like just really take off with the real estate business, so they can save years and years and years and years of trying to figure this thing out on their own? We've already compressed time, and we said these are the things that you need. One, community, like-minded people. People's lives are a direct reflection of the expectations of their peer groups. Number two, mentorship and coaching. um, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. Someone has already done it and done it better than you could ever do it. So, uh,
Learn from that.
yeah, learn from that. OPS, other people's systems, right? How to leverage online learning, on-demand learning, and in-person learning. So we have all of that. We've created all of those, the the all of the
Infrastructure.
infrastructure to be able to help someone scale their learning faster than they ever could on their own, right? And when it comes to the mentorship, all of our mentors and coaches, they're all practitioners. So this is someone that has already done what you're trying to do. And then the last thing is really about expansion mindset. So what happens is we all follow the same philosophy of mindset, knowledge, action, and everyone is on board. Everyone is in belief. And what happens is success is contagious. Success leaves clues. When you get around a group of people that are um, operating at a high level, yours becomes automatic.
Yeah.
When you enter that, then you start to level up yourself, and that is the package that we offer people. That um, not everyone has all of the pieces. A lot of places in, I would say, if you're going to do something. But some places don't offer all of the pieces that we have here at Wealth Genius. And so what we wanted to do is make sure that we put everything in one place.
And it's really fun. We have great activities. We have great,
Everything should be fun.
everything in life, everything, learning,
It
socializing.
is. I mean, I'm a member of Well Genius, and I can say that it is really fun. We just finished the Ultimate Mastermind Retreat. Um, you get to experience that once you become a member, if you choose to do so, because it's a choice, right? And it comes with responsibilities, but 100%, it is fun. It is you gain a great amount of knowledge, and the development side of the program is incredible. Uh, if somebody is interested, where can they reach Well Genius? What is their website, email? How do they reach?
Wealth Genius.
Wealthgenius.ai.
It's
There you
simple.
guys go. You have it. You want a great group? Join wellgenius.ai. Eileen, Alfonso, it was a pleasure to have a conversation
Thank
with you
you.
today.
Thank you.
Hopefully, some of our listeners will take some pieces and go further in their journey. But thank you for
Thank you
being.
for having us.
We'll
Thank
see you at
you.
the top.
Thanks for tuning in to the 5 Questions podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell on our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. Stay tuned for more insights and tips to transform your real estate and business game. See you next time.